Hello, subscribers. Welcome to a live stream of Realms of Antiquity. We are on part 30 of this playthrough. All right, so we've been playing this for quite a while, and I still don't really know where I'm going for sure because I didn't play it contiguously, all the streams. But let's see where we can go. All right, it seems like I was trying to return some goods or something. Is it medicine or something? Supplies to somebody in here. So let's see if I've done that. I don't see it in the quest items. Maybe I didn't find it yet. Okay, nothing on the thrones here. Looking for secret doors. Oh, got a monster, and I shouldn't have stepped forward. Now we're gonna get surprised. Okay. I am sure that fire's not gonna work on these. So, great damage. Okay, Gregor. Ice Wand. Nice. So Gray took a little bit of damage there. Okay. Not seeing anything in there. Better be thorough with the walls. Oh, stairway, here we go. That's... Gosh, did I go this direction already? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Backpack is full. All right. Let's see. Burning tonic, what does that do? Rage. Invincibility. Climb lockpick. Stepwatch, we can give that to someone else. Vigorous Quarto we got. Ooh, mass heal. Okay. Give that to Gregor since he has a hard time doing anything. This sling will drop. Oh yeah, he already has a vigorous Quarto. Okay, then let's give it to Blast. There we go. Oh, we're surrounded. Okay. A witch widow. That sounds scary. Ah. Critical hit. Two plague rats and two slime worms. This is definitely fireball. Wow, that was a good fireball. Got some gold. Strange Artifacts Part 6. Malleus Mangus. This large and powerful two-handed hammer. Actually, I think I had this, didn't I? Let me see if that's what Gregor has. Yeah, that's what he has. Okay. Mythological Creatures Part 1. Jinn are supernatural creatures that originated in the ancient Amari culture. Linked to the elements of air and fire, capable of powerful sorcery. It's possible to trap them in small vessels such as a jar or bottle. If released, they will occasionally grant wishes. Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. Imperial Monster Guide. Guardians are constructs created and animated by sorcery. They're physically powerful and difficult to destroy. They resembled armored figures and are made of metal or stone. Some are as large as giants. Those assigned to guard specific areas can recognize watchwords. Ah, that's one of the things I had to pass. Okay. Will not attack if they're given. That's where I had to use the word, I think, orange. On this shelf, you find the Great Elevator, design and schematics. Take. You take the book. Okay, cool. That was a quest item, so it won't hog up inventory. When the empire was established, the emperor refused or requested every family, nobleman, or common send a piece of iron. The nobles sent weapons, the commoners nails, merchants tools. The emperor collected all. He then had the metal smelted, pattern welded them into 2 thrones. When Vor sat upon the throne, he said, "My siege is made of the support of my people." Ooh, we found a secret door. Witch Widow. Critical hit. Another secret? Oh, it's the same one. Okay. Large, opulent desk is covered with papers and scrolls. Examine. Clearly, being the emperor involved a lot of paperwork. You sift through it, finding nothing of interest. On the back of a few sheets, though, is a well-executed drawing of a young woman. It's the same woman in every rendition as well. You also find a scroll with the names Barata and Niktu and the words pumice and locket. No idea which goes to what. All right, let me take a screenshot of this in case I need to know this later. Okay. Uh-oh, here comes something. Iron Guardians. Hey, Saztam, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? 8 Iron Guardians. I don't know if Fireball's going to work on them. Did very low. Oh, that one took 21 damage. That's very low damage to him. At least it's not like Iron Golems in D&D where they get healed. Yeah, these probably have really high damage absorption. Wow. I'm gonna cast Blur. Oh, they get a lot of movement. Hmm. All right, we slowed that one. Let's go over here and try to hit this one. Okay, we got two slowed. Blur. Blur yourself too. Okay. Okay, got two of those slowed. Magic Blade. And let's blur E Forte. Ooh. Oh, these have some hit points. One down. Two down. Ouch. Oh. I guess we'll stay there. Let's see. Magic Blade. Nice. All right. Look, I said some hit points. 160 experience. Wow. Okay, looks like we're pretty much healed. Blast is really fatigued though. Where's energy filter? Yeah, let's use that. There we go. Save the game. This is a huge opulent bedchamber. Failed. Okay, we can't go through that door. Hanging on an armor stand is a suit of red-hued mail that glitters with power. We have to take it, right? There's no way we can just leave it. Okay. It's not a quest item. There it is. Crimson Burn? Burn? +5 defense, +10 RDC, +1 red magic? Ooh, I wonder, can this go to D Forte? Let's see. What does he have right now? Whole season mantle, which is +5. So this, oh, it gives a bonus to damage. Resist is a little less. Movement is less, like better. The other one's going to move. The defense is the same, but it gives +1 red magic. So let's probably equip this. If he can. He can. So yeah, he'll lose some movement, but he gets +1 red. He's going to do less damage. His RST goes up a little bit. It's probably worth it. See if it shows. Yeah, red's 4, 5. So that'll make his fireballs do more damage. He lost 4 damage, I think. Magic damage +4. Oh, wait a minute. I'm assuming, well, maybe that's melee damage. Now I don't know. Maybe that's melee damage. Well, anyway, let's see if anyone else can use this. So he can't. He can. What does he have? Ruined plate, +5, -3, +11, +8, and +1 sorcery. So actually he'd gain a lot of movement equipping this. And he only loses 1 RDC, and he loses sorcery. BSF or BSPFC. BSPFCEMA. So this sounds better. I'm assuming that means it protects you from those types of damages. I don't know that for sure, but or wait a minute. That's probably what that means. The only other thought I had was it as those are the classes that can use it. I don't think that's true. I think it's the damage types. So we're going to equip this. Okay. Because Gregor has to do melee damage anyway, so that's really going to increase his movable speed. So this thing I can't open. I guess I just wasted my lockpick. Let's cast a spell here. Stopwatch. To figure out who has it. Hey, River, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I think it might be Gregor. Disarm. That removes traps. I think I have an item that can open this up. Spell. Piercing Jewels, Dispel. Stepwatch. I'm not seeing it. I'm wondering if I was thinking of this and this disables fields. Only in travel mode. I think that's what I'm thinking of. There it is. 2 has it. Yeah, that dispels hazards. Okay. Does not open the door. Mark, return, reveal, stealth, stopwatch. Yeah, I do not have what I need to get through here. Okay. River says, what system was this originally for, Atari? No, this is a new game, River. This was released about 2020, so about 3 years ago. It's released for the TI-99, so the Texas Instrument. It will actually run on the original TI hardware, but I'm running it in an emulator, which when you buy, if you buy the game, it comes with that. So I'm just running it with a Texas Instrument emulator. But yeah, it'll actually, even though it's a new game, it'll run on the original hardware, which is really cool. It is a fantastic game. Okay, Demons. The developer, Adam Oz, comes into the chat sometimes. I actually have an interview with him on my YouTube channel, by the way. If you want to hear more about him. Okay. I already checked that out. So I think I'm done with this spot. Let's go down. I see. I thought I saw something. Let's go in this room. Rebel captain and 3 rebels. All right, let's see if our fireball does more damage now. Nice. River says, interesting. From a tech perspective, that's super interesting. Yeah, he developed this in assembly. Pure assembly. Hey, Bo, welcome to the stream. How are you tonight? Thank you. I am doing well. It's my Friday, actually. I am off tomorrow and Monday. Mystic Tapper. Keep. Hide Shield. Keep. Trade. Okay, what in the world is a Mystic Tapper? Oh, it's a light source. Radius 5, duration 120. Hide Shield. Defense 2. Pretty sure this is not very useful. Yeah, and he's using two-handed weapon. Okay, we'll drop this. Glad you're doing good, Bo. Yeah, super long weekend for me, yeah. River says, isn't that what the original Roller Coaster Tycoon was made on? I have no idea. The TI-99, the TI-99 was back in 1981, I think. So you'd have to tell me if that game was out there in 1981. Oh, are you talking about the language? Assembly? I have no idea. Hey, Reginald, welcome. How are you doing? Reginald thinks it was written in assembly. Yeah, there's quite a few games. Bard's Tale 1, the original, Michael Cranford wrote that. And Part 2, I believe, completely in assembly. Yeah, there's been a lot of games in the 80s that were written in pure assembly. Shouldn't say a lot. There were some. Okay, you face 2 rebel sorcerers and 4 rebels and a rebel captain. Let's fireball right here. There's 4 of them lined up so nicely for us. Yeah, assembly, the reason why it's so difficult is you have to know the inside and out of the central processing unit and hardware you're writing it for, and it won't translate to other chips a lot of times without writing some kind of emulation or whatever. So that's hard development, and you can't port it very easily. So it's kind of a bummer. But that's how you get maximum performance. Wow, this new armor for Gregor is amazing. He gets so much more movement now. That Gregor's my paladin. River says, isn't assembly just like one step above ones and zeros? Yeah, it's the most native language you can get. So it is a human language, but yes, it's not pure binary like ones and zeros. That would be almost impossible to write in. Assembly is it is a English language, but it's the exact instructions for the hardware. And the more complicated the ooh, there we go, trap kit. More complicated the we got some food. CPU, the harder it is to develop in it. Hey Ermin, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Know some stuff about programming, but just as detours from other things I was learning about. Yeah. Yeah, and back then, before the internet, if you tried to develop something in assembly for a given platform, there was like no books on it. It was super hard to get information. Nowadays with the internet, it's quite a bit easier, but still very difficult compared to 3rd or 4th generation languages. Takes a long time. We're back to the Iron Guardians. These guys have huge defense. All right, we're going to blur Gregor. We're going to give him Magic Blade. Let's wheel Gregor. That gives him luck. Wheel Gray. There we go. Nice. It's going good, Ermin. Glad to hear it. How's the battles going? It's going great. Let's do protection on Gregor. Yeah, our party's pretty darn strong at this point, being level 11. At least against normal enemies. Like that one robot thing I had no chance against, but typical enemies I can do pretty well. Okay. Not seeing anything else. Iron Guardians again. River says, when you say more complicated, is that roughly linear with progress through time, or is it correlated with something else? For instance, some of the PlayStation consoles have been more difficult to develop for later or then later generation Nintendo Microsoft consoles due to their architecture. Well, that's hard to answer, River. I don't know the architecture of the TI-99 CPU and its bus and all those types of things. I don't know anything about it. But in general, it was a lot more difficult back then because of lack of information. There just wasn't much readable, reliable information. You have to do a lot more instructions to get just some basic things working in assembly. Like now with most modern languages, you call it library that already has a bunch of things built. And you can do that in assembly too, but you don't have a lot of built-in libraries in assembly like you do with, say, .NET or Java or something like that. So you have to reinvent the wheel and do a lot of stuff unless you have coded other stuff that you can pull in. So that's one aspect, but just the syntax is more complicated. You have to know how to push things on into registers in the CPU and things that you don't have to worry about with modern languages. Memory management, just everything is so much more complicated. Okay, we better blur. Reginald says these guys who wrote entire games in assembly or C back in the day were real programmers. Yeah, the games obviously are a lot simpler because of that. But yeah, the amount of instructions you had to do to just get some basic things was insane. But you had to do that if you wanted maximum performance. Nice. Sastamp says pretty much all 8-bit games were written in assembler. I don't know about 16-bit stuff. You're talking about console games, Sastam? Because that's not true of like DOS-based games, for example. A lot of them were written in BASIC and some other things. Yeah, he's talking about console games. Thanks for the explanation, River says. I appreciate it. Oh, sure, no problem. And I'm just generalizing, you know. But you can't take everything I'm saying as the absolute truth. That's just generalizations. Okay. Still, wow. Crusader has a ton of fatigue. We need to get rid of some of that. That's healing. Energy filter, here we go. Let's do one more. And then blast, you're pretty fatigued. Okay. We're in good shape now. Let's go on this left side. Yeah, basic. Good old basic back in the day. I programmed some stuff in that. Foxy says, I know some assembly through reverse engineering. Yeah, there's decompilers that can take code and produce the assembly language for it. That's been around forever. Yeah. Yes, I am a software developer. Uh, I got a Bachelor of Computer Science back in 1999. So I've been a professional developer for 25 plus years. I started when I was 11, though. I started programming. So I've been doing it even much longer than my professional career. When I got to college, I had already done a lot of stuff that we were doing in our computer science classes, which was nice because then I didn't have to struggle like all the other computer science majors. Ooh, that was a good fireball. Okay, Gregor, go get him. Man, wow, he gets so much movement now. Holy moly. Okay, nothing in here. There are more. There's more stairs here. Let's see what's in first. Anything hidden? Nope. Okay. Ooh, jail cells. I have no lockpicks. Dang it. Foxy says I learned a lot through reverse engineering, though, picturing what simple things look like in assembly versus complex stuff. River says I did biochemistry in college. The two groups of people that were in the library as much as we were the physical engineers, mechanical and chemical, and the computer science people. Yeah, that's about what I saw too, River. I saw that too. And electrical engineers. We saw them in there all the time too. You got to know each other quite well. That's cool. Oh, we got some dead bodies. This body has been crushed and mangled. Okay, we better save it. It's a good time to save. Sandstamp says, I think in the case of old consoles, there just weren't tools available to develop for those high level languages. Yeah, that makes sense. This body has been crushed and mangled. Okay. So I don't know if I go left one tile, if I'm going to step on something there that's going to kill me, or if that's just like a hall, like a rug. We're going to find out. Okay, it was just a rug. Standing before you is a large guardian. It looks down on you, glowing green eyes, and speaks a stony voice, Nick 2. Suddenly, its eyes turn yellow and it roars, watchword. Okay, so I took a screenshot of this. So, hummus and locket. We have no idea which goes with what. Let's speak. Hummus, locket. We only have two choices. Let me see if I can figure this out. If there's any rhyme or reason behind this. See if Adam came up with a puzzle here. Barata, Niktu, Pumice, and Locket. Hmm. So a pumice is like a stone, usually pumice stone. typically used for like scrubbing. Locket's a piece of jewelry. Those others aren't like rearranged versions of that. The A's in burrata don't match up with like a pattern in either one of those words. I was trying to see if it was a word scramble, but it's not. Tech call is lock it backwards. Nothing's jumping out as being super obvious on this. Did this guy say his name when I walked up to him? Let me see if he says his name. Oh, well, I didn't want it to attack me. Let me see if I have a way to restore. There we go. Let me see if it says his name. Large Stone Guardian. Yeah, it doesn't say his name. Okay, well, we'll just pick either Pumice or Locket. Let's pick Pumice. You may pass. Okay, we had a 50-50 chance. Shop S-Mart. Okay, before you is a pair of doors forged of iron and steel. They look very difficult to open. Well, I can't pick it because I don't have a pick. Ram? Are you kidding? Lockpicks appear to be useless. The door just won't budge. Okay, well, then we have to find a way to open it, obviously. Stone Guardian Nick 2 stands here. Okay, so his name is Nick 2. I'm guessing one of those other jail cells with those things in it that I can't open probably had a way for me to get in there. Have any lockpicks? Ugh. I've already checked here. There's no hidden doors. Hey, Adam. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? This is the developer, by the way, guys. Adam is in the room. Okay, I've been in here. Yeah, I remade into some vault. He says the means to get into the vault are found elsewhere. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any lockpicks, so I couldn't get into the jail cell. And I've looked everywhere. I found an elevator manual. Don't think I've gone up on this side yet. Gregor has super movement now. All right. Blur. And magic blade. Let's do wheel. Gregor's gonna tank it all. 50 damage. Wow, nice. Way to go, Gregor. Yeah, I found some new armor, Adam, that gave a boost to red magic on my Crusader. So I had him equip that, and I had Gregor take the armor that my Crusader had. Now his movement is ridiculous. Because he already had an item that boosted movement, and this armor is only -1 movement with really good protection. What is it called? He has the Tercy Mantle now. So he only loses 1 movement there, and then he has quick slippers. So he's like super, super fast. Yeah, D Forte found the Crimson Brine or Burn. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So I equipped that. Yeah, this game is really fun, River. If you're interested, you could pick up a copy on Adam's website, Coyote Software. Burn. Okay, it's called Burn. That's the pronunciation of that. Not sure if this is the same place I already was. Ooh, this is different. Okay. There's a guy there, probably another guardian. Let me check this out first. There's a large gourmet. This is a large gourmet kitchen. We got some kind of monster fighting us. Plague rats. Once you start working again, you're going to pick up a copy. Cool. Yeah, it's fun, fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movement Gregor has now. That makes him so much more useful. Bo says this game would have been shocking even in the late 80s, to be honest. The depth is impressive. I agree. I can't imagine if you had this game back in the early 80s on a TI-99. Like, yeah. I think, Adam, you would have retired. You would have made so much money off it back then. You could have retired after about a year or two of sales. Okay, this is probably another guardian. You see a group of people surrounding an iron door attempting to open it. Well, we only got 2 options, approach and leave. So let me leave and save it, and then approach. As you near, one of them sees you and cries out, "They turn and attack!" Oh, it's rebels. Okay. Sandstam says you could have gone into space like Gary. That's right. Of course, Adam wouldn't have had the information about all the assembly back then, of course. Because I know there was only like 2 books on the matter. It's all about timing, you know? All about timing. But we're so blessed we get to use this stuff nowadays. We're spoiled with choice. 5 movement and we still get to whack this guy with 1 attack. Nice. He got 1 shot before he dies. Adam says, yeah, plus development on the original platform would have been painfully slow. With emulation, I can change something and rebuild in seconds. That's a good point, yeah. No trap found. Great axe. Might be worth some money. Okay. Oh, no lockpick. Dang it. I am really lacking lockpicks here. And I don't have any spell to open the door. Yeah, I don't have any spell to open the door. No, no one has the unlock spell. Adam says compiling the game would have taken 40 to 60 minutes on a floppy. Likely would have burned out the drives. Oh, wow. 4 fire beetles and 2 plague rats. You have the mark spell. Is the mark spell where you can uh like place a teleporter place and then teleport back to it? Or does that only work like in the inns? Because I could mark this place. Mark will mark the spot you were on for return. Okay. I was just going to say, because then I could return back to the other place, but it sounds like it wipes out. Does it wipe out like a global uh, mark for everyone? So each party member can't have their own, right? One return spot. Okay. Unless you're on a map that doesn't permit marking. Okay. Hmm. Because I need to go get some items or something that'll allow me to unlock. Need to get some lock picks and maybe purchase some items if I can find some that'll do unlock. Because otherwise I can't do this. Okay. Let's just check around here. I don't think there's probably going to be anything like that in this run downtown. Oh, I better do stepwatch here. You should fully explore the north bank of the city? You mean like up here? North side of the river? Is that what you're considering the river, this blue thing here? Oh, no, the big river. Okay. So I need to leave this area then, is what you're saying. I think there was anything else up here. Yeah. South from the palace. Okay. Hmm. That's a danger is near. Cackling hag. Oh, it was on the land. The palace I was just in, okay. So are you talking about here in the river, or are you talking about go back into the island? The boat is what you wanted, okay. So you don't have to backtrack through the sewers. Ah, so you're talking about like over here on this right side to this right here, explore. Ooh, a swamp dragon. Oh boy. Hmm. What do I have here? There's a way to examine this, is there? No, that's fireball. That's, yeah. Blur Gregor. Remember the dragons can swallow you. Oh, he keeps healing too. Yeah, I'm trying to keep Gregor as the tank here. Let's exalt him. Protection. Ouch. Did he just... I think he just healed all the way. We put some effect on him. Let's scan him. 172 out of 227. Regeneration. Devour. Ah, okay. We're in trouble. I had to run. Luckily, Gregor isn't considered dead when we do that. Delicious, Herman says. Yeah. It's not brutal like the gold box games where if you leave someone dead behind and the rest of your party members run from the battlefield, the character is literally removed from your inventory, from your party roster. They're just gone. You have no way of getting them back. Fireflies. Oh, fire blast. I didn't expect that. Adam says the beta tester hated these guys. Which ones? The swamp dragons? Oh, the fireflies? Why? Hey, Jimmy, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Says also known as Deforte Ditch. Because that's where he leaves the bodies. Adam says you got lucky and got initiative on them. Ah, okay. You got lucky, guys. The developer says so. What is this? Unknown. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's explore. He says to explore everything around here. Check around here. That's where I came from, the south down there. So let's check over on all these things first. Oh, we got something coming toward us. Okay, March Bears. Adam says, I meant explore to find the boat. You can go wherever, but going to town and getting lockpicks is probably good. Oh, okay. I got you. I thought you meant there was something I was missing down there. Okay, I'll try to go to that town to the south then. It's so hard to translate messages, text messages in a chat like that. Context is completely lost. And then the lag on top of it. Sometimes by the time you get a message, it's like 30 seconds have gone by and you're like, wait a minute, are you talking about what just happened or something that happened 3 minutes ago? That's probably the most painful thing as a streamer, let me tell you. Trying to read the chat and seeing what someone is talking about, because in their mind they know exactly what they're talking about, but for you, you've already been there, done that, and have moved on. So you're like, well, what are you talking about? So I appreciate it when people chat and they put more context in. Like, yeah, that red dragon is really strong. Boxy says, plus sometimes I'm 45 seconds behind on the stream too. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me go back to town. Try to get some lockpicks. Sassnam says, at least it's not YouTube with minutes of chat latency. That is so true. Bo says, read my mind. Okay, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction or not here. I think I have to go talk to this guy to get through. Yep. We're going to fumble around until we find a shop. I think there's a town to the south. Yeah, here we go. I should be looking at the physical map, guys. I have it around here. For those that don't know, there was a physical version of this game you could buy. I'm guessing Adam's out of copies now. So you could always still get the digital version, but it comes with its very own cloth map. Make sure I show it the right way up. Like old school days. So I need to try to see where in the world I am. Let's see. I think this might be Zephan, but I'm really not sure. Maybe they'll tell me once I go in here. Osthaven. Okay, is that on the map? Oh yeah, I see it. So Osthaven is right here. You probably can't see that on the camera, but right there. So there is a town farther to the south. So I was at that castle citadel looking thing. And then there's Valstein. Okay. Adam says, no, I still have 3 copies. Wow, guys. I would jump on that if you're interested in this game. that's a collectible. Yeah, we'll pay the tax. That's fine. Okay. Here's the inn. Let's go ahead and rest here. Get our stamina back. We'll heal Gregor first. All right, we'll see if we have any lockpicks somewhere in this town. Brewery, I'm sure that's not going to have some. No. It's a tavern. McGill's Supplies. Okay. He does have energy filters. I'm going to buy some of those, but let me sell some of the stuff I have. I don't need 2 trap kits, probably. Cast Rage. This one I still don't know what it is. Oh, wait, I have a spell I think that I can identify that. Runed Plate. It's worth 300. Claymore we're selling. Cloak of Hiding. Defense and Resist. I think we're going to sell that. Okay. Yeah, let's get a couple of these. All right, let's see if we can find a place with lock picks. That's the exit. We don't want to go that way. It's not the right way. This town may not have them. I may have to go somewhere else. House of Healing. No. This is the wharf. Yeah, wharf master. That's where you can go on a ship. River's looking for part-time jobs, he says. Had spine surgery 9 months ago. Oh man, sorry to hear that. He did 2 years at a software company, made proprietary Windows database software for medical settings. Job was to get it installed into secure environments. Troubleshoot any problems. It required all sorts of uncommon Windows network admin knowledge. Gotcha. Armor. Don't have a use for any of this. It's nice to have money. We have plenty of money. No. Crossbow. All right, I don't see a shop for lockpicks. Oh, I remember this. Okay, yeah, we're not going in there. Look for a shady character in the southwest corner. Southwest. Foxy says quite a bit of applications are processed by computers before humans see them, so it's good to include keywords for sure. Oh, River said he sent in a application and it warned your resume doesn't include Windows or tech support. Okay, we're looking. Oh, here's a shady character. A rough-looking fellow is leaning on a tree here, sucking his teeth. He grins at you, looking for some restricted items, friend? Ah, here we go. Nice. Gray, you're buying lockpicks. In fact, oh wait, it is fine lockpicks. Hold on. Nice. Okay. I'm probably just gonna drop it. Let's see, give. Okay, we got a fine lockpick. I'm gonna buy another one too because they seem to break. Anything else? Piercing jewel. What is that? Spell, stepwatch, disarm, sense. So yeah, I don't have any unlock spells that cast unlock. Well, that's good. At least we got our lockpicks. Okay, we'll go back to that place and hope we can pick the locks now. Oh yeah, I have to go through here first. I was looking for my boat, but I'm not up high enough yet. There it is. Hmm. Oh, I see. Actually, let's go up here. Okay. Not sure I'm going the right way. Here we go. Okay. Let me see if I can open this first. Unlocked. Unlocked. Trying to see if these jail cells have anything. Pick lock. Okay, won't work. Oh, I must have gone the wrong way. Okay. So, yeah, we still need something special to get in here. So we'll go back to that one door where all those people were surrounding it. See if we can get in there. I think it was up here. Failed. Uh-oh. Hmm. Okay, maybe I don't have what I need to get in there. For sure I've checked these. Yes. I've checked all that. Okay. So I'm at a dead end. Try to go somewhere else in the village. There's nothing else up here, I don't think. Nope. Two witch widows and 3 giant spiders. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? There was that one room. Yeah, there was that one room in that door where I broke my lockpick. Let me see if I can figure out how to get back to that. Maybe that's where I need to go. Did you go back to the iron door on the upper level? Oh, I'm out of arrows. You mean the big iron door where that guardian was right next to it? That one wouldn't let me through unless you're talking about a different one. Not the one in the basement. Oh. Uh, you talking about on the right side? Yes, yes, I did. It said failed. Are you talking about the one where all the people were around it? When I try to get in there, it says failed. Yeah, it wouldn't let me in. I did. With the fine lock picks, it says failed, and I tried like 10 to 15 times. So I don't know if I have to keep trying or if I'm not qualified or what the deal is. Ouch. It means your lockpick skill isn't high enough. Okay. Well, that's all I have because I don't have unlock the spell, and I have no items for it either. So I might be locked from this area then right now. Let's see. So Gray, his locks is 5, and he has fine lock picks. Adam says fine lock picks gives a bonus, but it's not enough. Should probably find a trainer to get his lock skills up. Okay. He has 2 skill points that he hasn't used. So let me go ahead and just cast return here then. And then I'll have to figure out where to go. Well, it might be easier to get on the river. Looking at the map. There's that Valstein, but I don't know if we can go up that way. Let me try to get in the boat and see where we can go. Hey, Cody, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Having a gambling skill in a game always makes me think the character was a cheater. Valstein's where I'm at right now? Ah, okay. So there's Ashford over to the west. Besides that, I don't see much around here. Kind of in an isolated place. I don't know if I can get to Ashford with this boat or not. Guess we're going to find out. So now you had to use ships to cross the ocean and stuff, so. Okay, we can't go there. So I'm stuck. Yeah, we're stuck. Where's this path go? Might be a short walk over there. Guess we'll just explore. Uh-oh. You're doing well. Glad to hear it, Cody. River says, whenever I play the Fallout series, I would save and reload with gambling until I got the result I wanted. Is it cheating? Well, not by rule, by spirit, maybe. Yeah, I know the Wasteland game, original Wasteland from 1987, 88, had gambling also. That was fun. I need to get some arrows too. Anyway, so it's good for me to go find another town. Lots of enemies. Adam says, I've updated my website to include links to Arcade Shopper's site. Ooh, nice. Yeah. For those just joining, Adam has some physical copies left of this game, but only 3. So if you don't have it and you like it, man, you should jump on that. Mass Exalt. Yeah, when I look at this map, I don't think there's a town. Yeah, there's no town anywhere near here. Shoot. Like, I can't get across that river. It's got a break in it. There's a castle or something, a fortress Trustan over to the right. And then there's Zephan to the south. But I look blocked by mountains and rivers here. So I'm probably going the wrong direction. Let's just get back on the boat. Holy moly. A bile drake? Cody says Fallout New Vegas has save scum protection for that very reason. They would spawn a security guard in the casino who tells you he's onto your swindle after 2 or 3 saves. That's funny. It's one of the good things about online games where you don't run them on your computer. You can prevent save scumming. Eight marsh bears. Wow. All lined up for a fireball. Adam says you can do the reload trick with gambling here too. I could have made it impossible. I decided to leave it in there. Basically the same thing as hacking the save game files anyway. Yeah, that's a good point. Although some people aren't technically savvy enough to do that. Ooh, D Forte gains a level. Wow. Level 12. And then now he has a skill point to use. Nice. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, yeah, this is. Is this the town I was just in? Oh, it is. It's the north side of it. Okay, I see now. Ah, interesting. Oh, okay. So I went all the way around it. I guess I could try to step watch through this. Let's see what's over here. Reginald says, I think it's generally fine to have that sort of thing in there. The player is only ruining his own time by breaking the economy. That's true. That's true. It's the same thing like this Game Genie on the Nintendo and stuff. Adam says, reminds me of Viva La Dirt League video where the poor fruit seller keeps having to buy all the adventures junk for ridiculous prices. Won't you please buy a piece of fruit for a copper? Or I could buy that old ball of twine from you for 50 gold. And Cody says, doesn't Wizardry 7 and 8 make it so you can't save scum while pickpocketing? Wizardry 8 does, yes, but not 6 and 7. But you are correct, Cody. Okay. Why am I doing this? Let's go down this direction. I see what you did there, Adam. Make it where with these little blockages we can't take this little boat anywhere. Hang on one sec, guys. I gotta let my dog out. Sorry about that. I am back. Let's see here. Oh boy, there's a lot that happened in the chat. Yeah, save scumming, it's called. That's the slang term. Cody says that would be a good wizardry run, pickpocketed gear only. Oh, he's new to save scumming. Yeah, that's a common term. I don't know when that term came about, but it has been around a long time. Okay, so we need arrows. We need to increase our skill and pick locks. I'm hoping the town to the south will have it. It's called Zephan. See if we can even reach it. Well, we can't get over there that direction. Okay, it looks like we can't get over there. Maybe we have to go through the mountains like this. Yeah, here we go. This does not seem like the place I want to go. Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not where I want to be. There's a gulch place somewhere over here, but 4 deadly asps. Cody says probably around the same time emulators became possible in save states were introduced. That could be true. Moxie said someone said it was due to scum, script creation utility for maintaining mansion. Ha! There you go. Yeah, Maniac Mansion point and save games. Point and click, I guess they're called. Those have been around forever, though. Yeah, Scum is an emulator itself. Yep. I hope where I'm going. Well, I guess I could always teleport back. Yeah, so even if I get terribly lost, it's not a big deal. I feel like I've already been down here before. Here we go. Yeah, this is the town. We'll see if they have any training ability. Zephan. let's do that later. There's some guy up here. Beware the Pasha. He is a devious one. The merchants are stuck here. Merchant Payam. Oh, okay. Welcome, my friend. Let's buy. Nope, don't need any food. Mystic Armband. +2 resist. Defense type FCE. Eagle Agate. Magic Eye. We don't need that. Jade Key. Unlock! Oh, that's what we need. Okay, I'm gonna have to drop something. Hooray! Okay. What are we gonna drop? We'll drop the regular lockpick. I have a fine lockpick. This I am never using. I'm gonna drop. Stepwatch, we don't really need this. That'll free up a few slots right there. I'm gonna buy 3 of these things. Adam says the best place for training locks is the Thief Guild in Fort Boniface. Okay, River, have a good evening. Thanks for dropping in and chatting. Oh, really? Raquel Welch passed away, Cody? Wow. She wasn't that old, was she? Here we go. We needed arrows, too. Backpack as well. I don't need stepwatch. Only one charge in this. Discard. All right, let's try to give him one more. Okay, 250 arrows now. Boom. Awesome. Wow, that was a productive trip. We got the ability to unlock now. 3 charges of that. Well, it actually might even have more than that. Let me look. No, it's just 1 use. Oh, these are 1+ use. This one's only 1, so it's random. Huh. Oh, Raquel Welch was 82. Wow, she was older than I thought she was then. I thought she was maybe in her 60s or something. Well, she made it past the average life expectancy for women. Yeah, that's sad. Lockpick, homing stone. Okay, I don't need any of that stuff. Master. Before I leave this place, let's just double check. Yeah, I don't see anything else. So the question is, where is Fort Boniface? Let's see. Is it even on the map? Oh, I think he means Port Boniface. Did you say fort or port? You said Fort Boniface, but on the map it says Port Boniface. Is that the same thing? Should be able to get there. It is port, okay. Let's see if I can get there via this wharf master thing. Goes to Port Boniface. Hey, look at that. Boom. And then we'll just be able to use our cast or teleport spell to get back to where we were. Nice. All right, success. Let's see if we can find out where to train lockpick. It looks like I'm leaving the town, doesn't it? The rat's nest. Not a gambler, guys. In. Coat of arms. This is probably not where I need to be going. See if there's some guy in here somewhere wants to train us. There's somebody. No. There's Eastern trade routes are open once more. Well done. So we did that, and I didn't even know I did it. Diamonds come from... Okay. Oh, wait. Southwest part of the town. He says, be careful. So maybe I need to go there to find a shady guy that'll train me. We'll check that out. But first, let's go over here. I'm just carrying around this rune plate. Gosh, I don't know. +1 sorcery. I guess I'll keep it for now. Healing, we don't need that. The saucy mermaid. Merchant Prince of Boniface. Remember, you have to change characters to sell items. Oh, okay. Venture Guild. Here we go. What's this? Training. Disarming traps. I don't want to disarm traps. Okay, so this is not where I want to go. Let me see how many points each character has. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I figured trap disarm was different. Lockpicks. Fine armors. Okay, we don't need any of that. I'm sure none of this is good compared to what I have. Imperial plate. Guardian ring. Ooh, this +2 defense, +2 RDC, +2 resist. That may not be bad. I want the +1 crits. I definitely want that quick slippers. Oh, he already has a guardian ring. Okay. Yeah, we don't need it. All right. Let's go up here. He buys scrolls. Oh, spell books. Equip to view the spells. Hmm. Thunderbolt. Sleep. Enemy resume. Okay. Let me see if that spell book's any good. Peel. Whoops. Cure. So that cures poison. Haste. Heal. Mind guard. Reveal. Ward. Okay. I may want to just hang on to this spell book. What's reveal do? Oh, that's what identifies items you don't have. What's ward do? Is it like a magic protection? Protection from spells? Stat screen shows all spells. You're only seeing out of combat spells. Oh. Okay. Teleport. Sleep. Entangle. Slow. Hmm. Ward increase resist and makes your armor apply to all damage types. Oh, okay. That's cool. So I'll lose the ability. Oh, no, I don't. It does have heal in it. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this on Gregor. I'll have more variety then. Okay. Well, anyway. Let's see. What else is over here? Apothecary. Decreases fatigue. Haste. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I need to buy anything right now. So yeah, I probably should try to go to the southwest. There's a couple up here I may have missed. Been there. Hmm. Can also train you in sorcery if you wish, or lore. So lore is identifying, isn't it? Sorcery. Who does sorcery? Is that Blast? Yeah, Blast has 8 sorcery. Hmm. He's got 2 skill points. His sorcery's 8. I'm thinking of boosting that. His yellow is 4. Your skill is beyond me. Okay. I guess not. Well, we tried. Okay, we're gonna go to the southwest. See if we can find somebody that can teach us. Blast will need training at a tower of sorcery to go higher. Okay. 2 qualified guys. Overqualified, I guess. That's a tavern? Yeah. I saw some guy over here. Oh, there's a guy up here. Hold on. Who is this? Thug stands near, surprisingly opulent door. Piss off, he growls at you. Okay. Rude. Okay, I'm missing the pick locks, Adam. Do you know where I'm supposed to be going? I thought I went to every room. This is the inn. Yeah, I've been here. Been up here. Dead end. See, there was a secret entrance here, but I don't see one. Hmm. Yeah, I don't see anybody that trains me in pick locks here. Enlightenment, huh? Nobody in this room. Heal beliefs, temple, empire. Okay. Nobody here. Okay, Cody. Yeah, we'll see you later. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, there's nobody in here. Adam, did you lead me down a bad path? Were you thinking it was pick locks and it's disarm traps in Port Boniface, or am I just missing it? I wouldn't put it past me that I'm missing it. I haven't found Thieves Guild. Okay, that's probably where that guy was that wouldn't let me in, right? Or are you saying it's just an ordinary building? So I swear I've gone everywhere. Well, since we're 2 hours in, 2 hours and 10 minutes, go ahead and probably call it here tonight. That was lots of great progress, though, tonight, which is great. Save it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for the chat. And Adam, thanks for the tips. I'll see you next time.